So first of all, I am going to introduce the subject of my presentation. On the 4th of March 2018, Russian Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia were found unconscious on a public bench in a Salisbury Park in Wiltshire, England. Yulia, 33 years old, was visiting her father from Moscow, who was a 66-year-old former military officer and a spy for Russia who went on to act as a double agent for the UK. He holds both a Russian and British citizenship. It was found that they were both poisoned with a Novichok nerve agent by two agents working for the Russian government. Novichok is a military chemical weapon developed in the Soviet Union. So in the first part, we are going to see who Sergei Skripal was. Secondly, we are going to see what happened right after the poison attack. Then I will show you how the UK government and its allies reacted to these events. To conclude, I am going to explain the reasons behind such an attack. Sergei was a Russian military intelligence officer until 1995, when he began working for the United Kingdom's Secret Intelligence Service, also known as MI6. He gave away Russian state secrets, and as a result, he was alleged to have blown the cover of 300 Russian agents. In December 2004, in Moscow, he was arrested, and then in August 2006, convicted of high treason, after which he received 13 years in jail. After having served part of his sentence in Russia, he was pardoned, released, and went back to Great Britain in 2010 within the framework of the illegal program Spy Swap. This swap consisted of Washington sending back Russian sleeper agents living under non-official cover in the USA, in exchange for the release of 4 alleged double agents held in Russia. The exchange took place in an airport in Vienna. Sergei, being one of the 4 double agents held in Russia, was therefore provided asylum in the UK as part of this deal. He settled in Salisbury with his wife until the poison attack. Following the incident, health authorities checked 21 members of the emergency services and the public for possible symptoms. 2 police officers were treated for minor symptoms, which were said to be itchy eyes and wheezing, while one, Detective Sergeant Nick Bailey, who had been sent to Sergei Skripal's house, had been in a serious condition. On the 29th of March, Yulia was reported to be out of critical condition because she was conscious and talking. A week later, on the 6th of April, Sergei was said to no longer be in a critical state. He was discharged on the 18th of May. On the 22nd of November, D.S. Bailey reported in his first interview since the attack that he had been poisoned, despite the fact that he had inspected the Skripal house using a forensic suit. In addition to the poisoning, Bailey and his family had lost their home and all their possessions because of contamination. Moreover, the decontamination involved really pricey means, and the army had to intervene in order to remove the stone slabs that were paved along the ground where the bench was located. The whole city was under control for weeks until it was checked that all the remains of poison were gone. On the 5th of September 2018, the British authorities identified 2 Russian citizens using the names of Alexander Petrov and Ruslan Bochirov as suspects of the Skripal poisoning, and suspected that they were active officers in Russian military intelligence. Following the attack and the resulting investigations, the UK government concluded that Russia was likely to have been involved in the poisoning, and this was publicly announced in a speech by the UK Prime Minister Theresa May. It is worth noting that President Trump and the White House fully supported the UK's accusation of Russia. In order to express their opposition to this Russian act, the UK promptly expelled 23 diplomats. So did several other European countries in order to punish Russia and show their support to the UK. Some considered targeting their finances, as the Russian President Vladimir Putin is known to manage finances abroad in cities such as London, which would have provided an appropriate target. Theresa May stated, "There is no place for them or their money in our country." On the 13th of March, it was revealed that a series of measures were to be taken by the UK government as a retaliation against Russians and in order to undermine the Russian espionage network in the UK. These measures were taken after the Russian government refused to give an account of the incident. Some of these measures included boycotting the FIFA World Cup in Russia or increasing checks on private flights. It was reported that other measures could not be revealed in the interest of national security. Although this is not the first time there has been controversy involving Russia, such as the past murder of Alexander Litvinenko, this incident has been a serious threat to the national security of the UK and a warning sign to other countries. This incident has damaged the reputation of Russia and harmed its public image. However, after the attack, a question rose: why Sergei Skripal and why now? Since the spy swap that Skripal was part of was legal and clear between Russia and the USA, Skripal was legally free. He had not done anything wrong. Since his release, he kept out of the spotlight. He was peacefully living with his wife in Salisbury. So we have several answers. First, this attack was not about Sergei Skripal. Rather, Putin addressing a message to all his security services, to all his spies and secret policemen, that if they ever think about being disloyal, no matter when or where, the Russian government will find them and their family and kill them. Moreover, the fact that the UK did not respond sufficiently and only expelled 4 diplomats during the first poison attack, that of Litvinenko, gave Russia free rein to operate again in the UK.